Sidebottom here, speaker, author, and trainer, and I go around and teach sales organizations and leadership teams how to build trust and influence with their teams and their customers, drives higher revenue and higher profits. Today, let's talk about travel budgets and vacation budgets. That's right. What does that look like? Why do we need them? What's a good resource? And figure this all out. So what's going on? We need to figure out whether we're in business or going for personal travel, how much it typically costs us. Well, chances are we've probably already been traveling, so we can go look backwards to figure that out. We can go look at our past bank statements, credit card statements, to figure out how much we're doing on a monthly basis. And then, multiply by 12, you typically have your idea of how much of a budget you need to have to travel annually. And then you want to back it out. Now, you probably will have some months where it's a little higher, some months where it's a little lower. And your first few budgets, which I do monthly, is going to be a little rocky the first couple times. And it's okay. It's kind of like learning to ride a bike. You didn't just masterfully jump on a bike and know how to do everything, or tying shoes. It takes a little bit of time and practice, but you'll be okay. But why do we need to have travel budgets and vacation budgets? Well, we don't want to overspend, because if we want to be wealthy or have an organization that's going to be successful, we can't outspend what we're taking in. We need to make sure we're managing this well. And now the study from Ramsey Solutions that studied, thousands of wealthy millionaires. 99% of them, they didn't inherit their money. They actually used budgets. So you're well on your way, especially when you're planning your travel budgets and your vacation budgets, to make sure that you're going to be successful. Okay? So what all goes into your travel budget and your vacation budget? Well, you have transportation, how you're going to get there, your room and board, your meals, any excursions you want to have, whatever it is, you need to line item all those things out there. So you know how much you typically spend. You can start creating your budget, and then you're going to line item everything out that you want to do on your vacation or whatever it looks like. And depending on how far you're traveling and where you're traveling to, it's going to probably cost you a little bit more. I highly suggest going and looking, especially when you're traveling for vacation, where it's not a business retreat. Go out there and figure out what the best times, the shoulder months are to travel. So when I travel to Florida, for example, when we go down there, we actually look at the dates to see what the travel is going to do. So when I look at it, typically from September to May, when all the snowbirds rush in and clog up all the streets down there, well, it's going to be more expensive to travel there. It's supply and demand, not as many hotels, not as many rentals. But when they leave in May, so May and June, July, August, you literally get better deals. And yeah, it's a little warmer, but you're going down to Florida anyways for the warmth, so who cares, because you're going to be in, shorts and flip-flops hanging out on the beach. So let's go figure out what all we're going to spend, what it's going to cost us typically, and then let's make our budgets to how we're going to do that. We actually want to line item everything out, have a zero-based budget for it, so every dollar's going somewhere. So maybe it's saving for a special occasion or a fancy dinner, whatever it is that you want to do. You line item it out there and make sure you have it. Now, we want to have our dollar values. We want to make sure that we're not overspending what we're trying to do, but we want to list all these things out there. Now, I highly recommend studying the areas of where you're going and ask some of the people that have been there what they would do. When I did my trip to Alaska, I did probably 3 months of planning, and I had a good budget. And when I went there, hit everything on budget, and it was a fantastic experience. Problem is, if you have something that's extraneous and all of a sudden you have thousands of extra dollars, well, now you're in trouble. But if you have a buffer fund in there, like another line item that says, well, if something happens, I have a little extra money, great. You can actually not worry as much, and you have less worry. It's kind of like doing your monthly budget. You want to have an emergency fund, because emergencies happen. You might have to go to the ER, or your rental car gets hit. You want to have all these little extra things in there lined item out and then plan for it. Because if you have a plan, you're going to be successful. It's kind of like if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. But if you want to hit something, you got to make plans on how you're going to hit it. If I want six-pack abs, I'm not eating tons of donuts. I need to make sure I have a plan. So line item everything out, put your dollar values to it, make sure you're not over budget, and if you can, start ordering early. So here's some little tidbits here. I actually will look at travel and rental cars 45 days out and 30 days out because they will actually lower prices on rental cars and airline tickets about 30 days out. And usually between Tuesday and Thursday mornings, early in the morning, they will throw up some cheaper prices because they're going, hey, we're about to get a little bit closer here and we need to get rid of some of these tickets. So let's offload some of them at a cheaper cost. Go do it. So think about that whenever you're going to go and purchase your tickets. Because, hey, if your airline tickets or your rental car is a little cheaper, now you can actually use a little bit more money on an excursion or a nice dinner or a massage, whatever it is you want to do. But when you're actually intentional, you'll do more with your money. And that's what we want. We want to have great experiences. When we're out with customers, we want to make sure we're not blowing the budget when we're out there entertaining them. We want to make sure that we're doing so well. Now, if you want to understand how to be financially successful, highly recommend you go to Financial Peace University and take that class. I make no money on this. I get no kickbacks from Ramsey Solutions, although I probably should at this point. But it's a class that I took a long time ago. It starts with budgeting, helps you understand how to negotiate, how to invest well, how to do insurance well, all these aspects that help you become a wealthy person. You take it with a class of people, and you actually have more engagement, and you have people rooting for you, and it builds better bonds and communication by taking this class. Highly recommend it. It's only about $100, and you get so much there. I think they even throw in now the every dollar app, so you can do an app and you don't have to do it like me on an Excel spreadsheet. I'm just old school. I like seeing everything lined out. That's just me. And I still use cash, so I actually use an Excel spreadsheet. But you can use whatever you want for a budgeting app or a piece of paper, whatever it is. But make sure you're intentional on that, and you'll be a success. Okay? Well, if you like this video, hit like, subscribe, share it with somebody that might help. If you have any questions or would like a copy of my Excel spreadsheet, be glad to send it to you. Just reach out. All right? See you next time.